Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to the video of the production aspect. Okay, so like I said, you are going to be dissolving all this in your water. So at this point, I expect you to have your 25 liters of water, or if you're doing less, you should have to have your water by the side. So in your 25 liters, you are going to remove 15 liters out of the water and keep aside. So you're going to be using the remaining 10 liters to dissolve all the chemicals. So in my bowl, I am dissolving my caustic soda, and I'm going to be dissolving that in 1.5 liters of water. So you are going to make sure you dissolve everything and be very careful, because this caustic soda can get really hot. So be very careful. So you add it inside your water and you stir very well. You stir very
Okay,
well.
so I am adding 40 grams of caustic soda in 1.5 liters of water. So you have to stir, like I said, you stir very well. So I did all this about 2 hours before my production.
Okay, so this is my another chemical. This is my SLS. This is about 100 grams of SLS. So I'm also adding water. I'll be adding 1.5 liters of water, that's 1.5 liters inside the SLS. So the reason why you are going to be leaving some of these chemicals is, number one, caustic soda needs to cool down before you can use it. So that is why you have to that is why you need to keep them aside. Then secondly, SLS, you cannot dissolve SLS by stirring it alone. So you need to leave it and keep it aside so it can melt. It can melt inside the water by itself. So once the SLS has melted, it turns clear. So you stir very well. Make sure I stirred for about 10 minutes, and then I kept it aside. So in here I'm adding 1.5 liters of water, and I'm going to be adding my soda ash and my stpp. So I'll be adding 200 grams of soda ash and 75 grams of stpp in 1.5 liters of water. So if you are going to be doing less production, you are going to divide all this measurement by 2. So if you are going to 25 divided by 2, that's about 25 liters divided into 2 is 12.5 liters. So if you are making lesser than that, you divide the 12.5 into 2 again. That is how you get the accurate measurement. And one thing I also want to say about this any production at all, you have to get your measurements right. If you don't, the thing might not turn out very well. So you have to get your measurement right. So in here I'm adding my natrosol. Like I said in the voice notes, natrosol can form lumps if not stirred very well. So I needed to discard my spoon and use my stick blender to dissolve it. This took me about 5 minutes to do. So you have to stir really well. I stirred, and I was adding the natrosol in very slowly. So you have to add it in, especially if you are using your hands to stir. You have to add it very slowly so it does not form lumps. And all the mixing happened 2 hours after I dissolved all my chemicals. It's looking like I'm doing it at the same time because I've edited I've edited this video. So stir very well. It's also going to run clear. After mixing, you're supposed to get this kind of results. So in this natrosol, you're going to be adding your pre-dissolved caustic soda. You're going to, I forgot to tell you, I dissolved my natrosol. That is my 300 grams of natrosol in the remaining 15 liters of water. So I am now adding the caustic soda into the production. So immediately the caustic soda come in contact with the natrosol, it is going to start thickening up. Like you can see, I had to discard the spoon because it was getting really difficult for me to mix very well, and used a stirring rod to mix it in very well. You mix for about 10 minutes so everything can incorporate very well. Mix and mix. Emphasis on mixing. Mix your production very well in order to get a good result. So here, sorry, I lost the clip. I've added the soda ash and the stpp into the production. Okay, so I forgot to tell you that you are going to be your sulfonic acid. I used 1 liter of sulfonic acid, and I added my Texapon, 150 grams of Texapon. So you are going to be mixing them together prior to the production as well. So you are mixing your 1 liter of sulfonic acid and 150 grams of Texapon together. So you mix them together and you add into your production, then stir very well. After this, it is really going to turn very, very thick. You just be watching the video, you'll see what I'm saying in a bit. So I had to transfer from this 20 liters. So I had to transfer the production into a big bowl because it was so thick and so hard to stir. It got really thick and very hard for me to stir, but I kept on stirring and stirring. So you would keep this for I kept it for about 2 days. I would advise you leave it like this, and you'd go there and be taking it out whenever you need. Get an order like I do. So if I get an order, I will just go there and scoop it out, mixing my color and my perfume, and so this was about the 3rd day. I got an order for hand wash, and I want to add my color. So in the product, and I've already added my perfume. I lost that clip. I added about 30 mils of my strawberry perfume. So the thing about perfume, it can really turn your production watery if you are not careful. But I wanted my production to be very loose, to be very watery, because it's just to wash. And I don't know if I added that. I used my glycerin. So I'm going to be sending in the recipe and showing you the correct measurements for all of the chemicals. So I've added my glycerin into the production to make it a moisturizing soap. So then like I was saying about the perfume, if you don't want your soap to turn watery and lose its effectiveness, you are going to scoop out small out of the soap. You add in your perfume, and then you add it back into the soap. I don't know if you understand me. Assuming I have a 5 liter soap and I want to add my perfume, I'm going to take about 1 liter out of the 5 liters, add in my perfume, mix it in very well, and then put it back into the remaining 4 liters and mixing together. So one thing I would also like to add in conclusion is that After you've packaged like I did here, you're going to leave it so that all the bubbles can settle before you know deliver it. Or if you're using it for your personal use, you can use it like this. But if you're going to be selling, you need to let the bubbles settle down before you start selling it. I hope you understand. So thank you for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next class. I'll see you in the next class. Bye for now.